everyone, it's Lexi, and so we are officially in summer, so that means we can do beach reads. And when I think of summer, I think of fluffy contemporary novels. And me in particular, I like kind of like the deep, meaningful contemporaries. I don't really like the romancy ones. So here are kind of like some recommendations I have if you're looking for kind of contemporary books, but they're not kind of so lovey-dovey. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first book I have is What Alice Forgot by Laine Moriarty, and this is about a girl named Alice, and this book kind of jumps forward and back in time, and it basically, she ends up getting a concussion and she forgets the past 20 years of her life. And so what she's surprised, like when she remembers she's newlywed, she's pregnant, and just her whole life she's so excited. But then she comes to realize that flash forward 20 years, she doesn't remember, but her life isn't as what she expected it to be. So I really like this because she's kind of trying to piece together every little bit of her life that she forgot. And you end up rooting for her in the end because you're just like, yes, come on, go, go. Like, you want things to work out. And I think this is really good. It's a really good novel, and it's one that I don't hear a lot about on BookTube. And so, yeah, like I highly recommend you check this out if you're looking for like a contemporary, but it's not too fluffy. So this next one is a movie that comes out, I think, June 3rd. So if you are interested, you're probably going to end up, a lot of people are probably going to be reading Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. And it's basically a story about a girl named Lou who's just kind of stuck in her ways. She doesn't like going outside her comfort zone until she's had the same job for 10 years and she ends up getting kind of laid off. So she ends up becoming a caretaker for this really wealthy guy named Will, who is paralyzed from the waist, or paralyzed. And so she kind of finds out that he's made like this pact that with his parents, that he will have 6 months and then he will do doctor-assisted suicide. So it's basically about that. She finds out about that, and she makes it her mission to make him realize that his life is worth living. So this book is like, I'm super excited for the movie to come out. I read this last summer. I'm kind of tempted to read it again, but I don't know if I'm emotionally prepared to kind of read the book and then see the movie. But oh well, it's still really well done. I love this book, and if you haven't read it already, I highly recommend you pick it out. It's just a really good book. So these next two books are kind of like magical realism, and I read them over the summer, and they just have like a summery vibe to them. And they are both by the same author. It's The Girl Who Chased the Moon and The Peach Keeper by Sarah Addison Allen. And this one is about a girl who kind of goes into this town. Her mother has passed away and she's never kind of been there, and she's kind of estranged from her grandfather where she has to live. And she kind of finds out that this town has a really dark secret with her mother. Like, her mother may have committed a murder. And she ends up falling in love with this guy, and they kind of have like, this family is very secret, and there's some magical realism aspects to it. I can't explain it very well, but it's really good. It's kind of like, she's really good. This author is very good with magical realism, and you just fly through this. I think I read this in one night, to be quite honest. And then also this one is kind of like, I can't remember this one that well, but it's basically this is like in the South, and like their great-great-grandmothers kind of had like a feud. It's about two girls, and like there was like a family feud and like a murder and all this. So like it's kind of like has like that magical realism aspect. I'm not doing a good job explaining it, but I highly recommend, if you like magical realism, you check this author out. She's really good. And I have a couple of hers that I want to read this summer, so yeah. So this last book is one of my probably all-time favorite kind of contemporary books, and it is Firefly Lane by Kristin, and this is basically a story that follows 30 years of two girls' friendship and how they met when they were like early teenagers, and how kind of like the ups and downs of their relationship throughout like their career and university, and like married, and some of them end up getting married. And I really like this because I think every woman can relate to this in one way or another, with like a friendship, like, and having friends that were always there. So like, I think this is one that a lot of people need to read. I don't hear a lot about this on BookTube, but if you haven't already, check it out. It's pretty big, so I think this would be a good like summer read as well, but it's just really well done, and it's heartbreaking. You will cry your eyes out, but I think everyone needs to read this. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what books you think I should check out this summer, and if you've read these, let me know. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.